All right, today we're going to finish our book about Helen Keller. Speaking Out for the Blind. In 1924, Helen was asked to help raise money for one of her favorite causes, the blind. The American Foundation for the Blind wanted to educate people on preventing blindness. They also wanted to care for and teach those who were blind. This is a picture of Helen with President Calvin Coolidge in 1926. Helen met many presidents in her time. The picture on the right is Helen, Anne, and Polly, and Helen's Great Dane around 1932. Polly Thompson had been one of Helen's and Anne's helpers. She took Anne's place in the stage and on tours when Anne's health failed. For the next several years, Helen and Anne traveled around the country giving speeches. Helen was determined to help others break down the walls of darkness. After a while, Anne's health began to fail. She was unable to tour. On October 20th, 1936, Anne Sullivan died. A world champion. After Anne's death, Helen was very sad and lonely, yet she still traveled to other countries with Polly. She still spoke about educating the blind. In 1961, a stroke made her weak. She could not lecture anymore. 7 years later, on June 1st, 1968, Helen Keller died. Helen traveled to Africa in 1951 and received a shield as a gift. The bottom of the page, in 1964, Helen received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest honor given to an American citizen. Helen worked for almost 50 years to help disabled people. People around the world will always remember Helen as a brave woman. She spent most of her life helping others. Her work truly knocked down many walls that kept her world silent and dark, and walls that kept the disabled from enjoying a successful life. So these are the facts. Helen always called Anne Sullivan teacher. Hot dogs were one of Helen's favorite foods. Helen enjoyed music. She used her fingers to touch an instrument or the throat and cheek of a singer. She felt the vibrations, which helped her learn if the music was high or low. Helen loved animals. She often had pet dogs. She also enjoyed riding horses. In 1955, Helen won an Oscar award for a movie that was made about her life, Helen Keller and Her Story. In her lifetime, Helen visited 39 countries. Helen wrote 10 books and many articles and speeches during her lifetime. And that's the end.